being a performer of color in Canada and what the difference is between being a performer of color in London or in the United States, or how you find how you feel about being a person of color in the musical theater world or actor world. Do you think that it's changed at all during the course of your career? How do you feel about it?
I do think it's changed. I don't know if it's changed enough for the benefit of me, but it seems to be changing.
What do you mean by the benefit of you?
Well, it seems to things have changed enough so that they've benefited Audra McDonald, but I'm not her. Do you know what I mean? And they seem to benefit some younger, thinner girls that are on CW television, but they haven't benefited me yet.
Right.
But I think that a part of that is letting go. I mean, you have to know that what's for you is for you and won't pass you by.
I agree.
So if those things have passed me by, maybe they weren't for me. Yeah. But I have wonderful, brilliant things coming up, God willing, due to people like Viola Davis. You know, a wonderful role model, I think.
So mostly what you were speaking about is that people of color have been afforded opportunities, thinner people of color, but being a fuller-figured woman, you've not seen those changes, even though you've had such a successful career. But I guess what you're saying is your success hasn't been necessarily in Ontario, in Canada.
Somehow for me, all my work has been exclusively outside of Canada. Quite a lot of it. And
do you think that that's a reflection of your size?
I think in the beginning it was mostly a reflection of my color. I think that my color afforded me opportunities away from my home center in the beginning. What can I say? But at the same time, you know, looking beyond, like, everybody has their specific unique things that make, like, nobody is all like one thing. So, you know, you can be the black girl who's small, medium-sized, large, but unfortunately, in a lot of casting, because you're this size, you have to all do just all these things.
Right.
And because you're medium-sized, all the things that fall into that category. When you're here, you have to fall into. So
you feel very typecast.
Yeah.
In Canada in specific.
No, also in North America in general.
Not in London.
Oh no, definitely in London. Probably even more so at the
typecast.
most.
So you're typecast because you are a person of color.
Yeah.
And you're typecast on top of that because you are a fuller figured person of color.
Right.
And you're typecast again because you're a fuller figured person of color that's a woman. So all of those things affect your branding, let's say, in theater.
Yes, and I think that will be more specific to just straight theater and perhaps film and TV. When you get to musical theater, we have a whole other dimension because you have the voice. So most girls of color are not, you know, I can speak for you and me, who are sopranos, who will not ever be hired to be, or rarely hired to be a soprano, because you're only expected to be loud, sassy, brassy,
and singing some lyrical, right? And maybe rap a little bit, but not to sing.
But not to sing and sound pretty like Linda.
Although there's some headway, we know some beautiful women of color who are making headway. Alexis Gordon is now the lead. She is the running lead, I guess, for the last 2 years, and continuing on this year, a beautiful light-skinned black woman who's playing the lead in the majority of the musicals at Stratford. There's a few people that we can see that this is happening for.
Right.
They don't necessarily look like you and me.
Right.
So people of color come in different shades. Shadeism happens. And shadeism happens in the people of color amongst us, and it happens largely in the entertainment industry, not just film and TV, but the entertainment industry.
Like, you know, people want to say that they're not, you know, racist or anything or whatever.
Or bigoted.
But no, you can walk into the room and then, before you even open your mouth, they'll say things like, "Ooh, I hope she sings one of those big diva songs." Let me just be me for a second. One of my agents in New York, when I called and said, "How come I'm not being seen for such and such and such and such and such and such? It's been a while since I had any auditions, and I'm really trying to move on with some other things." His one response for me was, "Well, I don't think you understand what people see when they look at you. So if you want, I can get you an audition for The Color Purple or The Lion King, but that's all I have right now."
Do you see it changing? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse?
I think it's getting better. I do think it's getting better. I think it's getting better for the people coming up behind us.
Yeah.
So,
well,
if anything, that's a good help. It's a good help that we went through a lot of things to break down some barriers that hopefully other people coming up behind us won't even be an issue.
Yeah.
In their career.
Here's hoping.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's a great thing.
To hear the final installment of Keisha T. Fraser's interview, tune in next time on The Blacktor Studio.